Sometimes we don't know where the road of life is going to lead us. For me, it led me to Launch Code, a place where purpose and passion collides, a place where you have an opportunity. Launch Code helped me launch a new career. It gave me that opportunity. So I want to give back. I want to be able to help a new generation of learners become developers by sharing all of my life lessons and all of my struggles and what it took for me to get to where I needed to be today. Launch Code helped me do that. Now let's go on this journey together. I'll see you there. Wow, we have now made it to chapter 23. And now I'm going to explain more in depth of something that I've already introduced to you from the beginning. I laid the foundation, I planted the seeds, or I was talking about earlier about the DOM. Now we're going to go into a little bit more detail about the DOM as well as events. So this is chapter 23. If you're new to this channel and you would like to follow along with the curriculum, the link is in the description and it is free. Okay, let's get into it. Chapter 23, the DOM and events. Learning objectives. Upon completing all the content in this chapter, you should be able to do the following. Understand the DOM is used to make dynamic web pages. Use DOM objects and methods to alter an HTML web page. Understand what events are and that JavaScript is an event-driven language. We're adding something new to it, event-driven language. Remember, up to this point, we talked about the different things JavaScript is. Now we're adding event-driven language. Handle and trigger events in JavaScript. Differentiate between dynamic and static web pages. Describe how the JavaScript environment of a browser is different from other JavaScript environments, such as Node.js. Use the to include JavaScript into a HTML page. Know to put your after the elements you want to alter unless using load events. Let me read that again. Know to put your after the elements you want to alter unless using load events. Understand what the document object model DOM is. Understand and use the global variable window and these methods and properties. Window.alert, window.console, window.confirm, window.location. Understand and use the global variable document and these methods and properties. Document.title, document.getElement by ID, document by query selector, document by query selector all. Understand and use element methods and properties. Element.enter HTML, element.style, element get attribute, element.set attribute, element add event listener. Now that JavaScript is an event-driven programming language, or know that JavaScript is an event-driven programming language. That's a lot. It seems like we're going to be going over a lot through this section, so it's important that we understand each one of these points. Of course, the key terminologies, we're going to talk about those. It's a list of key terms that this chapter broken down by the page the term first appears on. JavaScript and the browser. We're going to talk about static and dynamic, knowing the difference between those two. We'll go deeper into that. The DOM, we're going to talk about that, the document object model. We're going to deal with the events, event-driven, inline event handlers, handling triggers, triggering, event listeners, jQuery, bubbling, event types, mouse over event, mouse out event, load event. Okay. All right, so it's a lot that we're going to cover in this particular chapter. But again, you've already been introduced to a lot of these concepts. We're just bringing it all together. So we're building on what you've already have learned. So again, the more you do, the more you improve. So let's get after it. See you in the next section.